I just think the coolest phase of your life starts after you're 30. Why? Because you recognize your own voice. For the first 30 years of my life, I didn't even have that. Whether it was my choices in cinema, whether it was my choices in opinions or the things I said, whether it was my choices in fashion, sometimes even my choices in men. It was just like everything was so bizarre about me. Like I wasn't using my own mind for a really long time. What's cool is to say that, hey, I'll go to the beach party for 5 minutes and then I'm going to come back home and watch something on my iPad and sleep, because that's what I want to do. Earlier, I was just doing things that other people wanted me to do. I know what's good for me and what's not. Some people don't want their voice to be heard. Some people are too scared to reach out. Some people think that I'll be judged. No, nobody is going to judge you. If you come out and tell somebody that, hey, you're not okay, people are going to deal with your situation differently. Your mom, she'll be like, theek hai, thoda aaram karo. Moms deal with it in a very delicate way. Friends will be like, hey, if you want to get some help, and why don't you go see a shrink? And there's nothing wrong with that. So reach out to a friend. If you think that your dad's your strength or your pillar, you want to talk to him, talk to him. I want this voice to reach that woman who's probably sitting somewhere and thinks that this is it, this is her life, and she doesn't have a choice, and she has to go through abuse because there's a man who provides for children they've had together, and then if she leaves this man, then how are her children going to eat? But that has to stop, right? That's the most important thing. Come out and talk. You don't know who's going to help you. I chose to exercise my voice, and now that I have one that has surround sound, I use my voice. Even with my 2-year-old daughter, I remember the first thing I taught her was, bus, I'm done. Whether it's food, she doesn't want anymore. Sometimes people around me but she doesn't want to eat anymore. That's literally the first thing. That's the word I taught my daughter. But the most important thing that I do with her, which is an exercise before she says her prayers at night, is I'm like, so Meher, tell me what happened through the day. She's just 2 years and 2 months, but she has touch points. This happened, and Didi did this, and Bhaiya did this, and that's what happened. And so for me, to get a lowdown of what my child's day was, because she'll tell me, she'll go from extremes, to the best and the worst. And I always want her to be aware of the fact that she can tell me anything that she's going through. Thappar was a really good and fine example. And that's where it starts from, because her reasoning is, you hit me once and this is just the beginning and it's only going to get worse from here. We're hoping that Step Out is a conversation in the right direction, and at least, if nothing else, to be able to amplify the voice that people need to have. It's for the ones who are sitting at home and going through mental health issues or going through any sort of abuse, to come out and talk about it.